Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing well. Nathaniel here as always. A couple days ago I uploaded a video wherein I brought up 3 counterpoints to some of the most common substantive arguments against the resource-based economy's conceptual validity. And as I was addressing these points, I happened to mention something called the economic calculation problem and also something called the SFEcon Model 0. Now, very quickly, I just want to clarify what these terms mean and what the implication of my argument was. Now, the economic calculation problem. In plain terms, the economic calculation problem is the stipulation that in a statist, socialist country or economic paradigm, rational decision-making within that economic paradigm would not be able to be met, and that this would result in wildly inefficient distribution of resources, ultimately ending in the complete collapse of said economic paradigm. To answer the economic calculation problem, I brought up the SFEcon Model 0, but I didn't substantiate the validity of the SFEcon Model 0 or show that it is widely accepted. Now, here in front of you, you have forums from Free Domain Radio, a forum for right-leaning libertarians and anarcho-capitalists. So you know that if they're willing to accept the model, that at least I am not being entirely biased or presumptive about the validity of the model itself. The SFEcon Model 0, plainly put, is a way in which to describe how centralized planning of an economy could, through complex algorithms, rise to the challenge and answer the economic calculation problem. Here in front of you now is the abstract of the paper that was written about the model. It's very wordy. Essentially, it challenges a lot of the assumptions made by those who constructed the economic calculation problem. This should not be considered a rebuttal of the economic calculation problem, but rather it is a demonstration of the potential for an algorithmic sequence to calculate efficient distribution of resources. Finally, here we have a graphical representation of the model. You can actually download the model in an Excel spreadsheet and run it on your computer at home, which I would suggest doing if you're into the mathematics behind the model. Personally, it's a little bit above my head. I must admit I am not an economics major and I am about average at math. If you're like me at all, then you can explore the rest of their site at SFEcon.com, and it provides a lot of insight into the considerations of the model. Now that we have that out of the way, I'd like to make a comment here on the fact that although I brought this model up, I wasn't trying to insinuate that the model necessarily represents the type of economic model or algorithms that would be used to manage a resource-based economy, as there are many fundamental differences between the goals of the resource-based economy and the SFEcon Model 0. However, the model does conceptually validate the resource-based economy.
Well, I saw something that resembled that place on the other side where we were together.